I will say I saw an innovation in this space just yesterday morning. So I don't know if you all have tried Runway yet. They're Gen 1 and Gen 2, the image. Okay, so go get the Runway app, or you can go online and get the site. So I paid $28 a month. It's runwayml.com. It's images and videos. They also do some stuff with sound and stuff, but they do text to video. So Gen 2 is you give it a prompt and it gives you a 4 to 5 second original video. But the reason I say it just came out. Like it launched on.
No.
So we've known this was coming. They announced it on March 20th, and then it took a couple months to do this. So it's very early, very raw, but just it'll double in its capability every 6 months moving forward, probably. So, but the reason I say this is in the app. So there's an iOS app. You can download the Runway app and connect it to the phone, like the images and videos on your album. But you can go in and create a prompt. And I went in and I was like, I always struggle with, like, what is my first prompt? There was a GPT-4. I sat there at dinner by myself. I'm like, this is my first prompt. It's got to be good. So the same thing with Runway. I was like, this is my first video. It's got to be good. And I was like, what is something amazing? And I was like, okay, my wife and I went to Santorini, Greece years ago. The sunset on the coast on the tip of the eye. And like, that's what I want to see again. And so I gave like a beautiful sunset off the eastern end of Santorini or something like that. And at the bottom, it suggested 4 enhanced prompts of the prompt I wrote. So it did the prompt crafting for me.
Yeah.
And I looked, I was like, oh, wow, that's a much better prompt than what I had. And then I picked the one it had. And it was like 20 additional words. So I think that's what's going to happen with all prompting is you're going to actually see this interpretation of what you really mean and what it knows will optimize the output. And it'll either just replace your prompt unbeknownst to you with the more advanced prompt, or you'll choose that more advanced prompt.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to play around with Runway. You'll freak out. It's insane.
Have you seen that meme where it was the bad guy from Princess Bride who had 6 fingers on his right hand? Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know if you know this or not, but one of the hallucinations that all of these softwares have is that they draw the guy perfectly and he's either hands or got 6 fingers or he's cross-eyed. And it was just like all of a sudden the bad guy from Princess Bride is everywhere. And just this collage of beautiful pictures, but it's like, yeah, he's got too many fingers.
The hands, yeah.
Yeah, they're getting there with the hands thing. They've largely solved it, but it is still an issue.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah.